afternoon, and I am Spencer Christensen, here to speak on an important matter that has shaken the world, the invasive apple snail. What is it? What does it look like? Where is it? And why should we care? We are here today to answer those questions.
Thank you, Spencer. The apple snail, Amparidae, is an inferior snail that is very well adapted to tropical regions that have long periods of drought that alternate with long periods of high rain. Native to South America, they are believed to have been introduced as a food crop, that of fish and in mammals, so they may hunt for food on land and in water. As you can see, they have rounded yellowish to dark brown shells that can grow up to 5.9 inches, about the size of an actual Red Delicious, in this case a Diet Coke can. Apple snails can be found in slow-moving freshwater rice and taro fields, ponds, ditches, wetlands, and streams. They eat vegetation found in the depths of the freshwater. They use minerals in the water to make their shells. Most usually avoid extreme cold or warm water. They may migrate to different depths to find suitable temperatures also. They are not hermaphroditic, as originally believed. Unfortunately, it's difficult to determine the sex of most apple snail species solely on their appearance. When it is time for the female apple snail to lay their eggs, they leave the water to place them on a piece of vegetation or in a nearby tree. They live up to 6 years.
So why does this all matter? Apple snails are becoming very harmful to our environment. The snails were introduced and quickly became pests in Indonesia, Thailand, Cambodia, Hong Kong, China, Japan, Guam, and the United States, and New Guinea. Here is a map of where the snail has become most effective in the United States. As you can see, the snail can be found primarily in the southeastern part of America. Apple snails damage taro plants by chewing into corn at the very top of the taro plant, or in the rice plant. Bacteria and other pathogens enter these holes, damage to qualify the plant. Snails in natural systems can eat plants that provide for food, habitat, and for native fish and birds. The snail can carry and transmit rat lungworm and improperly cook and even cause fever or death in extreme cases. They are also a known vector for blood flukes and intestinal flukes.
The total cost of this golden apple snail invasion is very high. While it doesn't feed on mature plants, it causes major damage to rice and taro seedlings. Apart from this direct loss in the rice field, additional costs include that of controlling the snail, replanting lost seedlings. The diseases that can be attributed from the actions of the apple snails have been known to cause death in livestock and in humans. They feed on almost every type of plants, from algae to water hyacinth, rice seedlings, and other leafy plants. They prefer the young... Let me see it. They prefer the young parts since they feed the scraping of soft plants with their rough tongue. They also feed on decomposing matter. New seedlings are obviously most vulnerable. The snails eat the base of young seedlings first before moving on to the stems and leaves. They can even consume the young plants in a whole field overnight. An obvious sign of a snail's feeding in remains of cut up leaves and floating in water.